There. I fixed the screen on my end. So now.
There, we started, baby. What's up, my guys? This is Soulwolf Mafia, and I'm here with Wifey. Hey, hi, baby.
Hi, babe.
I'm here with Wifey. What the hell? Okay, what the hell?
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just fixing my mic real quick.
Can we get going, please?
Yeah, I fixed it. Don't worry. It was just my mic, but I fixed it. Anyways, I'm Soulwolf Mafia, and I'm here with my wifey on our first podcast. It's been a while, and yes, you can notice the name change. And we're gonna start going live here more often since TikTok is going down soon. But do you have any new updates for everybody?
No.
So do you want to continue the conversation from where we left off?
Yeah.
So where did we leave off?
We'll just start the whole conversation over. We were talking about. Oh, Lord, we were talking about how, we met in 2020 and things kind of hit off from
Oh
there, and
yeah, the change from then to now.
it's been drastic.
Oh yeah, I'd say we've gotten better than what we were,
Yeah,
honestly.
I get,
Because
I
before we
get.
did fight a lot.
We still do. Don't lie to the people,
We
but
do, but not as much as we used to. Let's be
look,
honest, it was
I'll tell
worse.
you. What are you drinking? Is it a regular Pepsi?
I thought
Oh,
I thought I have.
it's fine. But basically, we were talking about how, back in 2020 when I met you, you were just complete shit, and I pretty much made a promise to you right then and there that no matter what, I would always stick beside you.
Oh yeah. If anybody who's been around since the beginning, y'all know how what my state was. Yep, my girl here knows my state because she pulled me out of it. And man, she is a fucking trooper. She's put up with my bullshit for almost 6 years since she's known me. And I do apologize to her because I was an asshole.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you want to tell
okay.
him what happened, baby?
So basically, point blank, I'll be honest with you. When I met Luis, he was just complete shit. He wasn't taking care of himself, wasn't taking his meds like he should. He wasn't taking a shower like he should. And I'm not saying he didn't keep clean because he did. But basically, in the beginning, he just looked like complete shit. Let himself go. He was a lot bigger, a lot heavier than what he is now. And I finally, when I met him in 2020, or we reconnected in 2020, I straight up, I made a promise to him that no matter what, I was going to stick by his side, like, through all of it. And I did. I've, I'm still here. But
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
your camera's frozen. In
It's still frozen?
No, but in 2021, when we really got to talking, I got to the point where I was like, "Hey, I need you." I would have to remind him to go take his meds, to go take a shower. I would have to remind him to do big life shit, basic stuff. And eventually, One day he told me, he's like, you know, I'm getting pretty fucking sick and tired of you telling me what to do. I'm like, but if I don't tell you what to do, you're not gonna get up and do it every day. And at that point, he wouldn't. Like, it was awful in the beginning, and I just kept reminding him every day to do it, to the point I was like, okay, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go one day. I'm not gonna remind you of anything. I want to see if you can do it on your own. He's been doing it on his own ever since.
I have heard of things for that because I ain't gonna lie, I let myself go really, really bad, really bad. I just had left California, and I was already in a bad state. When I get out there, things didn't go as I planned. My ex's family started hating me and treating me like shit because of my skin color and making me feel even more like shit after I left the place that made me feel like shit. And it just sucked me in even lower. To a point where I was almost 300 pounds. I was at 298 pounds.
Yeah, he it was awful, and
My hair was out of control. It looked like there was fleas in it.
it was bad.
My mustache was out of control. Everything was out of control. I look like a wreck, basically.
His life was a mess. He wasn't. He was complete trash when I first met him. I'll be honest. But
But to be honest, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today.
yeah,
Honestly, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her. She picked me up, made me what I am today. She never let me give up on my dream of being a streamer, which I almost gave up at one point, and she chewed my ass off for it.
I
Remember that?
remember that. Yeah, I do. He messaged me one day. He said, "Hey, I need to talk to you like right now." I'm like, okay. And he was having one of his like mental breakdowns, I guess you could basically that's what it was. And he still has them from time to time, but luckily they're not as bad. And he was having one of his, mental breakdowns and everything. And I said, "Well, what's going on? Well, like, what is the issue here?" He's like, "Well, I just want to give up on streaming." And I said, "Excuse me?" He's like, I'm not good enough for it. I'll never be good enough for it, and all this bullshit." And I'm like, "Oh, hell no." I said, "Listen here, and you're gonna listen to me right now. I don't care if you get mad,
Yeah, she was the type that
but,"
she didn't care if I got mad.
I told him, I said, "I don't care if you get mad, but you're not gonna fucking give up." And he's like, "But why? Nobody, nobody cares about this. Nobody." He was just having one of his moments. He still has it. Everybody does. You can't sit here and say you don't, because everybody does. And I told him,
Yeah,
I said, "I care about it. I want to be a part of it. I want to help. I'll help you with this." I said, "From now on, I'll work with you. If you want me to be a part of it, I'll be a part of it." And at that time, I didn't really have a way to be a part of it because of the current situation that I was in. But whatever. And yeah,
but yeah, she didn't let me give up my dream. Because she knew
I would.
streaming and gaming were my passions.
Mhm.
So, she pushed me to rebrand myself into what I am now. And you know what? I may never find a way to thank her for everything she's done,
You don't have to thank me, baby.
but I am grateful that she is part of my life, not only as my best friend, but as my future wife.
Aww.
Although
Here.
I don't say it much, But you are worth every single goddamn thing in this universe and more.
Oh, stop it.
Don't ever think you're not enough for me because you are more than enough for me. You kick my ass on
I
the daily to do things I need to do. You make sure I do things I need to do. You make sure I take my meds. You make sure I shower. You make sure I stay sane mentally. And the moment you sense that something's wrong with me mentally, you sit me down and make me get it all out. You know,
Mhm.
I've never met a woman that's done any of that for me, but you. And we don't
But
even
sure.
live together yet, and you already treat me like a husband.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh no no no, no need to apologize. I'm saying that it's great, to have somebody like that.
Right. And I did. We had this conversation earlier, and I told him, I said, I want to apologize to you. I know I should have done this like 3 years ago. He's like, well, what are you apologizing for? I was like, well, the day I told you I was in love with you, I kind of yelled at you, and I'm sorry. And he's like, no, I'm glad you did because I'm still alive.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, cause I am still alive because of you.
I'm gonna be point blank. If I wouldn't have yelled at him that night, he'd have been dead. Straight up.
Pretty much, I would have been dead. Honestly, I would have because
He was trying to off himself,
at that point in my life, I wanted to off myself.
and he was going to that night. So basically, long story short, it was the day we lost Jess and everything. Neither one of us were in the right headspace and blah blah blah. And uh, he had called me. No, he didn't. I sensed something was wrong. Ugh. And I called him, and the first words out of my mouth to him were, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" And he said, "What the fuck do you mean?" I said, "You best get your ass back in that apartment." And he started going off. He's like, well, fuck you. What are you going to do? And blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. And I should just go off my, all this.
Yeah, I
This,
went off on her. Didn't mean
hold
to
on.
though.
Okay. Like, he was telling me, he's like, I don't need you. I don't need anybody. He's like, I'll be better off dead.
Off
And
without you.
was
Yeah, I remember.
telling me that people didn't want him around. I didn't want him around. And all this. And so we got into it. And I said, I'm not gonna fucking live without you. You know I care about you. You know I love you and all this shit. And what are you doing?
Listening to you, I was in denial.
But anyway,
Did you
and
hear that?
yeah, and he was just all bad and was telling me how he'd be better off dead and all this shit. And I'm like, he's like, give me one good reason why I shouldn't do it, why I shouldn't do this, why I shouldn't do that. And I'm living in Wisconsin at the time, and we're just screaming at one another. It's not getting any better. It's not getting any worse. And finally, I told him, I said, I can give you the best damn reason to keep going, keep fighting, and I promise you it'll change your life forever. He said, what? What could you possibly say to make anything better? What could you possibly say to fucking make me not want to just, you know, whatever? And I said, you want to know why? And I looked this man dead square in the eyes, and I said, because I'm in love with you. And he looked at me like,
I was
excuse
like,
me?
wait, what?
What did you just say? I said, I'm in love with you, Luis. I said, and I have been for the longest time. I want you. I want to be with you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to love you the way you deserve to be loved. I want to treat you the way you want to be treated. And you deserve nothing but the best. You deserve the world. I said, now I'm going to hop off of here and I want you to think about everything I just told you. Take it as you will. You want to tell them what you told me when you called me back?
You can tell them. It sounds better coming from you.
No, you should tell them.
I kind of don't remember because I forced myself to forget a lot of things.
Well, I'll jog your memory. When you called me back, you basically were telling me how you felt about me, how, you know. So go ahead and tell him, babe.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. I called
Oh,
you back and
God.
I said, I told you. Well, actually, it was more of a confession.
Yeah, basically, you were like, look, before you say anything, I've got to confess that something to you. I've got to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, let it out.
Yep, and then I said, to be honest, I am also in love with you and have been for a while now. I just didn't know how to say it, and I think you already had figured that out without me telling you.
Yeah,
But how did you figure that out?
it was obvious.
It was that obvious? Jeez, I sure know how to keep it a secret.
Yeah, you failed.
I noticed that. I didn't want to tell you. I wanted to keep it a secret, but you figured it out anyways.
No, I knew. But anyway, and so he asked me out right then and there. It was the day Jessica died. He asked me out right then and there. I said, absolutely not. But tell them why I told you no. And it's not for me like, oh,
No, you told me no because I wasn't in
it
the
wasn't
right
because
headspace.
it wasn't because I didn't want to be with you. It's just because, right, you were. But tell them what you asked me to do for you.
I was I was in a bad headspace. I was in a bad headspace. Pretty much I I wasn't in a good place and I was making a move that I wasn't thinking right at all. So you declined it. And I understood why you did it.
And it wasn't me being a dick either.
Oh, I know. I know it wasn't you being a dick. It was it was you being protective.
But tell them what you asked me.
I said I understand that and I asked her, will you please stay single for me until I'm ready? Because all I want is you and only you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He
what I
did.
said.
He asked. He did. He asked me. He's like, please just promise me one thing. And I said, baby, I'll promise you anything in this world. What do you want me to do? What can I do to make this better on you? And he did. He asked me, he said, can you please stay single until I'm ready? Because I don't want to be with anybody else but you. I'm I can't lose you. And I said, okay. I said, I promise. I'll wait for you. However long it takes, I'll wait for you. So December 14th rolls around, and after that, the rest is history. We've been together almost 3 years.
I know, it's crazy how we've been together for so long, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we did it, how we lasted this long. I guess God is trying to keep us together.
Guess so.
Don't you think? I mean, as many times as we fought and a lot of things happened between us that should be enough cause to break up, we're still together. If that's not God's work, then I don't know what is. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Straight facts, my friend. Straight facts.
Let's be honest.
But
Let's be honest. We've had more than enough reasons to break up, and yet we're still here.
oh yeah,
You know what? I love every minute of it.
can
I
you
wouldn't
repeat?
change it for the world. I would not change it for the world whatsoever, baby.
I wouldn't change it for the world either.
Because you are my soulmate.
You are my
You're
soulmate.
my best friend, soulmate.
You're my best friend too.
To be quite honest, I can say you're my best friend, you're my soulmate, you're my everything. But that is not even enough to remotely explain what exactly you are to me. Because you're everything I've ever wanted and more. I know that when I lay my chest on you, I can feel
You
safe
mean
because I know you
lay
wouldn't
your
let
head on,
anything happen to me.
you mean lay your head on my chest?
Yeah, and I know that you would kill somebody over me just as I would over you.
Mm-hmm.
We're ride or die.
We are.
And nobody can tear us apart. Not even my own parents.
No,
I gonna lie, have they tried? Yeah.
multiple times. Have I had
Why?
words with?
Cause my parents have this stuck in their head that they want a girl that has a little sexy body like an hourglass and model type shit. Does this look like I can get a model type girl?
I mean, yeah.
Ain't no model type girl gonna want a fat ass like me. I told that to my mom. I'm like, Mom, do you see this? She goes, yeah. Do you see a model wanting this? And then she goes, good point. But she was joking. So, my mom and dad are over excessive with what kind of girl they want from me.
I don't know.
Like they want to control my relationship, like what I do, who I'm with, what I'm doing, if I get you pregnant or not. Like damn, they need to chill. Like seriously, like like they've always tried to control my relationship. Every single one I've been in. Who's the girl? How old is she? Where's she from? Have you met her? Is she cute? Is she fat? Is she white? Like every time I mention that my girl's white, they like question me. Yeah, like she's white. Yeah, like you sure she likes you? Or does she want you for her money? I'm like, Mom, what money? I'm broke.
And contrary to popular belief, I'm not even white. I'm Native American.
That's what I told her. She goes, no. You see her skin? She's white. I'm like, Mom, she's Native
Nope.
American. Like my Uncle Punch swore to God that he swore to God that you weren't Native American because you were too white.
Nope. I can't remember, but
Remember when I told you
yes.
that and you died laughing?
I about died laughing because I mean I get that a lot, and
You
people
thought like, ah,
predominantly
she's
think
too
that.
white to be Native American. Does she have to look like a Mexican?
I get that a lot. People be like, "Oh, you're white," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." They're like, "Yeah, you are." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm Native American." They're looking at me like, "You're not Native American." So I pull out my tribal card and I'm like, "Here you go." And then they look at me and go, "Oh shit!" Like,
Yeah,
told you.
remember when you told me to show him?
And of course, before everybody's like, "Oh my god, personal," no, I showed him. Of course, I left blocked out, scratched out my personal information.
You just kept your
Of
name and
course,
picture.
I kept my name. I kept my birth date on there, so Ponchi knew I was old enough.
Yeah, and I
And
told him that. He goes, oh damn, she wasn't kidding. And then he goes, bro, I heard that those Cherokee Nation girls, if you cheat on them, they will hang you upside down and cut your balls off. You better be careful.
that's not true.
I know. Back then it was.
But we don't do that now.
I know, but back then in the very very old days, they used to. It was a form of punishment for those men who were cheaters or abusers. But I absolutely love it.
I love you,
I love
baby.
this relationship,
I love it too.
and I would not change it for the world whatsoever. Because this relationship means everything to me. That's why I try so hard. I try so freaking hard, like you can't believe. Because I saw your post, the one. Since y'all swear I'm so crazy, name one crazy thing I've done. I can name at least 100 of them.
Nobody asked you.
You said the closest ones, and I'm the closest one. Bruh. But yeah, this relationship has always been amazing to me. And I can never change it. And I never will.
I'm gonna be honest. Meeting Luis in person for the first time was one of the most nerve wracking things I've ever done. It 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 seemed unreal that it was happening because what the
It seemed unreal.
yeah, it seemed unreal. It didn't seem like it was possible.
You never thought
I
you would eventually meet me?
Well, no, because in the years that I've known you, we talked about meeting up, we wanted to meet each other, but we knew back then that we were just basically sex objects to each other.
Back then,
It,
yeah, because that's how we wanted each other.
Back then I didn't want to be with you because I loved you. I wanted to be with you because I wanted in your pants 24/7. And
Yeah, I knew that.
back then you only wanted me because you wanted in mine. And unfortunately, that wasn't. And previously, me and Louise had discussed me moving to Michigan to be with him and Jess. And me and Louise sat down and we realized that if did that, it would be the biggest mistake for
Yep, that would
us.
have been the biggest mistake.
Because if me and Louise, if we would have engaged in that type of relationship where it was just strictly sex, there would be no love, there wouldn't be no. It'd be basically a friends with benefits type of thing. And I couldn't do that. I didn't want that with him.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted either.
I mean, did we want to sleep with each other? I mean, we're grown adults, so yes, we did. But it's the simple fact of we didn't want a relationship that was based solely off that.
You wanted
Luis
more
told
than
me.
that.
Luis told me one day. He said, "If I meet you, I want to meet you on different terms. I want to meet you and run into your arms and kiss you and hug you and just fall in love with you." And I'm like, I get that, I do. So we agreed. Me moving to Michigan would have been a huge, huge mistake.
Yep, yep. It would have
Well,
been.
because it would have changed how I looked at you, it would have changed how you looked at me, you know?
Yeah, because we would have seen each other as sex objects, let's be honest.
That's all it was. That's all I was to you as a sex object. That's all you were to me was a sex object. I mean,
Luckily,
you know,
we didn't do that.
we didn't. We got to know each other more, and I just fell so in love with him, and he's just been my everything, my angel, my rock, my best friend, just everything. He's been so perfect to me. It's not even funny.
I tried to be. I tried to be, because you deserve it, honestly.
No.
Excuse you? Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
So can I ask you something, Daddy?
Yeah.
When you first met me, like, okay, from the time we video chatted for the first time in 2020, it's been 4 years since then. Um, how how have your feelings for me changed over the last 4 years?
They've gotten stronger. Way stronger. And deeper.
Like, basically, tell me how you felt about me from the time we met in 2020 up until now. Just explain it.
Well,
Like, when I first got on video chat to thank you properly, and I looked at you
you
and I
want me
said,
to be quite
hello.
honest?
Well, yeah, but when I first looked at you on video chat that day and I go, hello, how you doing?
You want me to be quite honest?
Please, senor.
Okay. Well, when I met you at that time, I thought you were super cute. But at the same time, my mentality was different back then. I wanted you in bed. That's how I wanted you in bed.
That is true.
Which was bad of me because I shouldn't have thought that.
What?
Huh?
Mom, Mom, you good? Okay.
What's going on?
But it's pretty though. I got that necklace hanging up in here whenever you get an extender. But anyway, and unfortunately, I hate to say this, but
Like, that was
like, hold
just my
on,
mentality back then.
not not enough.
What?
Yeah, I do. But I hate to say it. Go ahead, finish.
Well,
Lead up, lead up from then until now. Like,
mm, I wanted to bang you, pretty much.
oh, I know you did.
Because I thought you were fucking sexy.
I did that coil and some earrings.
Mm-hmm.
And my damn cousin Linda got on there. Oh, no, I want them. Sorry, you're too slow.
Did you get him?
Yes, I did.
Did you win more?
I didn't win anything. She did. She won the 3-piece one this time.
Oh well, you won that one.
I won the other night. So and she's on there every night. She does a live every night.
Your cousin Linda.
Huh?
Your cousin Linda?
Linda O'Neill, yes.
You mean Miller?
No. Linda O'Neill. Lindsay's mom.
I keep thinking. I don't know why I keep thinking.
No, it's not Lindsay. It's Lindsay.
I keep thinking Lindsay's Linda and Linda's Lindsay.
No.
But
Lindsay is Linda's daughter.
Linda even still. Duh, of course she's still alive.
Well, yeah, she's still alive. She's buying jewelry tonight.
Is her dad still alive?
Her dad, no.
No, Lindsay's dad.
Oh,
no.
Lindsay's dad, yes.
Uh,
His name is Mackie.
she's Linda.
You know, he worked at the co-op for 42 years.
Linda's still married to Maggie?
Mm-hmm.
Good God.
They've been married forever.
Yeah.
They've been married over 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if I can find them, I'll show them to you if you want to come look.
Yeah.
Okay. Come in here.
Alright. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good, my love.
But go ahead.
But yeah, I wanted to bang you back then. But as I got to know you more and more, my mentality changed completely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, completely changed, and I started falling in love with you more and more. And I wanted you more than just a sex buddy.
I know.
I wanted you as a wife.
As much as I love my husband,
I said to
you
myself,
know,
I want that. I want her as a wife.
and I wanted you as a husband, but back then I had the same mentality. I wanted to fuck you. I didn't want to be with you in a relationship. I wanted to have sex with you. I wanted to, fuck the shit out of you right then and there, and it wasn't a good mentality to have toward you. And as much as I hate to say it, everybody, Luis was that guy. Not talking about the guy that sent the unsolicited dick pics. No. What I mean by that guy, and this was in the beginning, when we were like horny 24/7 and basically wanted to bang each other's brains out. He was that guy that would like constantly bring up the whole sexual shit and like, oh, well, I want to do this, and maybe if we ever meet in person, we could do this. And
I know we
he was
even
that guy.
planned on positions and everything.
No, that was him. He was that guy.
Like, we even planned out what position we were gonna do and all the things we were gonna do, and we were even looking at toys to mess with.
Yeah, we were that, but we realized it's not what we want.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Okay, now how are your feelings for me now? Like,
My feelings
okay,
for you now?
hold on. Hold on. Let me re ask you that. From the moment you met me in person last year in September up until now, how do you feel about me? Like,
I've
I
fallen more
know that,
deeper in love with you.
like, has meeting me in person changed your feelings for me?
Yes, in a good way. I've fallen deeper in love with you.
I honestly feel like, and this is just me, you can call me, like, you can say I'm wrong, but I honestly, like, feel that we're closer together more now.
Than what we used to be, huh?
Yeah. Like, before then, it was awful. It was horrible. And I'd given up on meeting Luis because, he's 1,500 miles away. And I thought, fuck it, it's not worth it trying to meet up with him because it's never going to happen. It's just never going to truly happen. I given up on it. And
I found the show. But I bought some earrings and some. I bought something for you.
but
I'll have to go and if I come back in here, will it be okay?
yeah, grab your son.
Come on, baby.
Go.
Come on, come see mama. You want lady?
No, she's all right. But I honestly feel like we're closer now than we were back then. What do you think? No?
Huh?
Damn. I said I honestly feel like we're closer now than we were then.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Like, when you got close enough to me and I just threw my arms around you and I hugged you for the first time, what was like, how did it feel when you hugged me? Because I can tell you this, when I hugged you for the first time, I just took a deep breath and just cried. Yeah, I cried
I
because
can tell. 'Cause I
not
felt it.
only I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to get emotional.
No, I felt that deep breath of relief.
It was just such a sigh of relief, like, oh my god, this finally. And
This is what I got you. You won't like the earrings, but I hope you like the necklace.
I don't really wear earrings.
Look,
Oh, that's pretty.
I like that.
That is pretty.
You like it's got a crescent moon in it.
Yeah, it's pretty. You're good. Now, do you have any questions for me? Because I feel like I've been asking all the questions.
How does it? How have your feelings changed from you, from meeting me in person till now?
I definitely have a better understanding of you. There's a lot about you that I'm still learning how to take care of you, and I'm still learning to deal with a lot, but I have a better understanding of your family life. I have a better understanding of you in general. I know how to just take care of you, when you're sick and everything. I can honestly say I'm more in love with you now than I was like 2 years ago.
Well, I'm glad that I can meet you in person.
But you never answered my question.
What was your question?
When I first hugged you, Like when I reached out and hugged you, and I just took that deep breath and I just cried because I was so happy. It was like, oh my God. How did you feel? Like when I first touched you, skin to skin, what were you thinking? Like, honestly, how did it feel that first hug? Just be honest.
It was a, it was relief, to be honest. It was real relief. You know, it's been. Let's see. It was. It had been almost 2 years since the last time I felt a woman's touch. And honestly, I was scared to let another woman touch me that's dating me ever since I lost Jess. But I had to take a chance.
Do you regret it?
Nope, I want more. I want a lot more. I want more hugs and cuddles.
He's my little cuddle bug.
I know. Remember when I tackled you into bed when I got there?
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, get your damn mind out of the gutter.
Not that kind of tackle into bed. You
No,
nasties.
but yeah, nasty. But what I mean by like he's my little cuddle bug, or I call him my little cuddle bug,
Yeah, she calls me
is
Cuddlebug.
it's cute. I love it.
I think it's cute.
He he does this thing, and it is part of him being autistic. But to me, I just look at it as him being adorable. He has
It
this
is part of
thing
my
about him.
autism. I can't help it.
No, and um, he only does this with me, but he has this thing like if I'm doing the dishes or if I'm sitting on the couch or if I'm sitting on the bed or if I'm just doing anything, he'll come up to me and he'll spin me around to where I'm facing him and he'll just hug me and lay his head on my shoulder.
Well, that's how I've always been.
Exactly. Like, and I have a picture of this because I had to take a picture of him sleeping. I'm sorry, it was just so freaking cute. Oh, I've never been more in love with this man like I was in that moment. I was we were sitting on the couch when he was here and me and of course mom was home from work and we're all sitting in the living room watching TV, watching a movie, I think. And he was in the bathroom. I think he was in the bath. No, he had went in the bedroom to come in the bedroom to do something. I don't remember what he was doing. Mind you, I'm sitting there talking to mom and I got my arms sprawled out across the back of the couch and he walks up to me and I knew he was going to do something. He walks up to me and just stands there. He stops and he just stands there and just looks at me. And I said, "Baby, what's wrong?" Because I thought something was wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And he stood there like, and I thought something was wrong. And I said, "Baby, what's wrong?" He didn't say a word. He didn't. He didn't say anything. What he did is he sat next to me on the couch, laid on my chest, put his arm around me, and fell asleep. Because that's what he does.
Yeah, it's part of my autism where I won't say anything. I'll just give you a hug, and she already knows how to tell when something's up from there.
Yeah,
She's learned that much from me getting to know me in person, and now I'm glad I got to meet her in person because I wanted her to learn about me in person, hands on, rather than just online.
of course. What time is it? But all right, guys. I think we're just gonna end it here.
You
Me and
sure?
him. Yeah,
Did you have
I want to
fun?
try to. I did. I want to game with you a little bit before we go to bed. You know what I mean?
Sure, we could do that.
But I just want to say something real quick before we go.
Okay.
Thank you, Daddy,
For what?
for being the most amazing man I've ever met. For being not only my lover, but my best friend. Being the one person that I know that I can come to with anything and everything. And you've done nothing but make me truly happy. And I honestly cannot thank you enough for everything you've done and everything you do. Because, to be honest, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now. So thank you.
You're welcome, my love. You know I will always be there.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, my news.
Is there anything you want to say before we go?
And I want to say thank you to you for being here, being part of my
Oh,
life, being by
what
my
do you
side.
think
Never,
for
huh?
exactly? What are you thanking me for exactly? I didn't do shit.
Excuse you?
No, I said, what are you thanking me for? Like, you know?
Everything.
I feel like I could do better though. Like, honestly.
I mean, I feel like I can do better too, but
But okay, my meds are.
oh, your meds are kicking in.
Mm-hmm. I'm
You're
gonna play some
telling,
Call of Duty.
huh?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, we can do that. All right, I'll see you. I'll call you.
All right, love you guys.
All right, my guys. I will see you on tomorrow.